Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. Today's practice is a pre-meditation practice. So it's a practice that's designed to start to open your energy currents and shift your energy to prepare you for a nice, sweet meditation.
We're going to begin standing, bringing your feet parallel, about hips width apart. Make sure your heels are in line with your toes, and then make sure your hips are squared forward. You're going to keep your hips squared forward as you turn your head and your chest over towards the right. And then release your arms. Keep your arms slack by your side. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. And you're going to begin to spiral in upon yourself like a nautilus shell as you roll down, continuing to tuck your chin, keeping the arms nice and loose, a couple breaths to roll down, getting a nice opening along the left side of your body. And then once you're there, a couple breaths to roll back up. And at the top, you'll find center again, making sure your hips are square, shoulders square, and then rotate your shoulders over towards the left, your head towards the left. Tuck your chin, slacken your arms, and begin to roll down. If it helps with comfort or ease or range, you can bend your left knee a bit. Just rolling all the way down, and then a couple breaths to rise back up when you're ready. And coming back to center, squaring the shoulders, squaring the hips. And then we'll reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, take a bit of a back bend. You can bring your arms down so that your elbows are in line with your shoulders and your arms are in goalposts, big open chest. And then as you exhale, bring your forearms together, your knees bend, your elbows come in, round in upon yourself. Inhale, open wide, take your arms out like goalposts. And exhale, bring everything back in. Inhaling to reach up. You can add a breath in if that helps, if you want to exhale to find the goalposts. And then inhale to reach up. And exhale to round in. Moving with your breath in a way that works for you. Inhale, we're going to find a chair pose. Arms reach up, hips sink back. Couple breaths in chair pose. And then inhale, press to stand, and exhale to dive forward. Inhale, tuck your knee, bend your knees, tuck your tail, roll up to stand. Reach those arms up. And exhale, fold forward again, flat back, leading with your heart. Round, bend your knees. Inhale to roll up. Reaching arms all the way up overhead. And exhaling to roll forward. Again, moving with your breath at a pace that works for you and your breathing patterns. Bending the knees, rolling on up. Good. And then this time we'll stay standing. We're going to take our hands behind your back. So you can either hold opposite elbows. You can take a reverse namaste if that's available. Or you can bring your palms to your sacrum, either with your fingertips facing up, or your fingertips can be pointing down. So wherever you're at, just find the elbows squeezing towards each other. So this nice opening through the chest, getting this openness across the front of the shoulders, and then begin to lean back, taking a bit of a standing back bend, opening across the chest, opening through the spine, nice mobility through the spine, and then rise on up. And exhale, come into a chair pose. So just bend your knees and drop your hips back a little bit. And then inhale, rise back up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, you'll lift up halfway. Exhale, you'll step your right foot back. Find a warrior one, pressing into both feet firmly like you're lengthening your mat. Exhale, lower the hands down, find a plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step that foot forward, root the left heel. Inhale, find warrior one on this side. And then exhale, you're going to lower your hands. Inhale to step forward and lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come all the way back up to stand. Moving with your breath. Make sure your breath is your guide. Inhale, we'll reach up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to step your left foot back. Inhale, you'll find a warrior two. Press down firmly into that left pinky toe and press the right knee back so that you're spiraling that right thigh open. And then exhale, you're going to lower down, step right back into a downward dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the left leg's going to lift up. Exhale to step the left foot forward. Inhale, warrior two on this side. Make sure you're pressing firmly into your feet, reaching through your fingertips, open through the chest. And then as you exhale, next you're going to lower your hands. Inhale to step forward and lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step your right leg back. Inhale, we're going to rise. Keep your feet a little more narrow here. So you can walk that back foot in if you need to. We're going to take a triangle. So reach your front arm forward and then lower it down towards the leg and lift the top arm up. You can look up with your left eye at that right pinky finger. And then we'll lower down, step into a downward dog. Inhale, find a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward dog. You can always skip the chaturangas. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. We're going to take a triangle on the other side, so get those legs nice and narrow. Right leg straight. Exhale, reach the right arm. Inhale, open into the triangle. Left arm up, right arm down. You can look up at that left arm with your right eye. And if there's any tension in the neck, always look down in triangle pose. Couple more breaths here. And then go ahead and lower your hands. Inhale to step forward, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms come to your heart. We're going to come into a balancing pose. So if you want to move towards a wall, you may. Start with tree pose as an option. So you can either have your foot just low on the ankle, you can have it on your shin or your calf, or you can have it up on your thigh, anywhere but your knee. And if all of that feels good, you can actually take that left foot and cross it over the right thigh, pressing down into the right foot and lifting up from your navel. And then you can sink your hips down. So you begin to get a bit of a hip opener here. Again, you can definitely use a wall. No shame in the support. Just take a few breaths here, sinking the hips back. If that's where you're at, again, feel free to stay in any of the tree poses. Just starting to open up the hip and find stability and balance through that anchored leg. When you're ready to rise up and release, we're going to take it on the other side. So root down through that left foot and then bring the right foot to whatever level works for you today. Again, there is absolutely no shame in using a wall to support you. And if it's available and feeling good, you can cross that right ankle over the left thigh, and then you can really bend the left knee to get deeper into the hip. But any of these poses are starting to invite opening through that right hip and inner thigh. Again, anchoring, feeling stability through that anchored leg as the other leg is lifted. Finding a centered place here. And then as you're ready to, you can begin to rise up, find center again. And we're going to come onto your hands and your knees. So just make sure your hips are over your knees, shoulders are over your wrists. You're going to lift your left arm up with an inhale, and as you exhale, slide it underneath. Hold. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, slide your arm underneath. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, slide your arm underneath, and this time you can lower down to take that threaded pose. If there's any tension or tightness in your low back, you can feel free to straighten your right leg here. Just getting that opening across the back, the top of the shoulder, a little bit of a twist. And take some big breaths out. And then take that right hand under the right shoulder. You're going to open back up. Find center. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, it slides underneath, keeping that arm lifting up towards your chest. Inhale to open up. Exhale, arm goes underneath. Inhale, open up. Exhale, slide the arm under, and this time again you can lower down onto the shoulder for that threaded needle. Again, if you want to straighten the left leg, you may. And focus on big, deep exhales here. Wringing yourself out and using gravity to remove any particles that are ready to leave through your lungs. Just nice big breaths. And then take your left hand under your left shoulder, unfurl, open back up. And we're going to come to a seat so you can bring your legs out in front of you. And we'll take Janushirasana, this head to knee pose. So you can take your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And you're going to interlace your fingers to make like a cup with your hands, and you're going to squeeze the thigh. Just do a couple little squeezes of the thigh, inviting circulation to move through the top of the leg and for it to release. And then you can, when you're ready to, lower down towards the leg, thinking about bringing your head towards your knee. You can round through the back. Getting this big opening across the entire back body here. And then we'll come on up and take it on the other side. So that left foot comes to the inner right thigh. Interlace the fingers and do the same little massage across the top of the right leg, inviting circulation to move through the top of that right leg. And then you can fold over the leg, again rounding your back and thinking about bringing your head towards your knee. Some nice smooth breathing, just a couple breaths here. And then when you're ready to, come back up. Bring both legs forward. And we're going to bring your hands behind you. Your fingers are going to be pointing down towards your feet, towards your body. And you're going to squeeze your elbows in as close as you can as you lift up into an altar pose. And then as you exhale, lower down. We're going to do a modified version here because we want our hands to be pretty close together behind us. We're getting an opening across the chest as we inhale to lift up. And exhale to lower down. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. We're going to lie on your back. So go ahead and lower yourself down to your back. And then you can extend your legs down straight. Just find a moment here in this awareness pose, Chetanasana. And we'll lift your right leg up straight. So we're not going to use your hands here. So only as far as you can lift it without assisting. And engage your quadriceps. Engage the front of your right thigh to press the leg towards straight. So there's a bit of engagement here, even though there's also relaxation. Your abdomen is working to hold your leg up. Switching the relationship, right? Your leg usually holds your torso, but right now, your torso can hold your leg. Go ahead and lower the right leg down. And then you can lift the left leg up. Same thing, engage the quadriceps, the front of the thigh, to press the leg towards straight. Feel your abdomen holding your leg here. Just for a couple breaths. Think about lengthening the leg as much as you can. Finding openness through the back and engagement through the front of the leg. And go ahead and lower that leg down. Pause again for a moment. We're going to lift both legs up. If you need to bend your knees, feel free. If you want to push off the ground, feel free. We're just lifting both legs up to a comfortable height. And we're engaging the quadriceps. So again, your torso's taking a turn to support your legs, to hold your legs. Few breaths here. Remembering to press your thighs back towards the bone. And then go ahead and lower both legs down. Find Chaittanasana. Again, this awareness pose. And then lastly, you can either take that again where you have both legs lifted. You could do that against a wall for support as well, or you can come up into a shoulder stand. So if you're coming to a shoulder stand, you can support with your hands and just press the legs up towards the ceiling. Holding here for a few breaths. Opening up through the entire spine, back body. Letting the energy change directions. The currents shift the relationship to gravity within your body. Just a couple more breaths here. And then as you're ready to, you can slowly lower down. And coming to rest in this awareness pose again. So your feet are a little wider than your hips with your toes relaxed out to the sides. Tuck your shoulders under, palms face up, broadening across the front of your chest. Press your head into the floor and then release it so the back of your neck can completely relax and be soft. Releasing any tension from the jaw or any of the muscles of the face and the skull. Feel a softening through your ears. Feel the weight of your eyeballs resting back in the socket. Feel the weight of your arms, nice and heavy. The back of your chest firmly against the ground. Your sacrum broad and heavy against the ground. Your legs nice and heavy, not holding a single ounce of effort anywhere. Every cell is relaxed in your body. Beginning to welcome some gentle movement in to your fingers, your toes, rolling your eyes beneath the lids, deepening the breath, beginning to engage the body, and letting that movement grow until you're ready to take a nice big overhead stretch. And then roll to your side, being held here for just a moment, moving slowly through transitions. Coming up to a seat as you're ready, getting nice and comfortable. And we'll take the Viloma breath just for a couple of minutes. So find a nice, comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall and begin by breathing about 70% of your lung capacity into your low belly, holding the breath, pressing your navel away from your spine, breathing the remaining 30% up into your rib cage, and then one last sip of air up into your chest. Really press your navel away from your spine, Hold it in. And then exhale it all out from your belly, your ribs, your chest. If you can, we'll go right back to it, inhaling about 70% of your lung capacity into your low belly and pressing your navel away from your spine. Inhale, breathing up into the rib cage. Make sure to keep your shoulders relaxed. Take one last sip of air in. Keep pressing your navel away from your spine, toning your diaphragm, releasing tension from the belly. And exhaling out, belly, ribs, chest. Go right back to it one more time if you can. Inhaling 70% into the low belly. Keep shoulders relaxed, navel away from spine. Inhale another 30% into your rib cage. And then take one last sip of air in up into your chest, but your shoulders stay relaxed and your abdomen does not hold tension. It releases away from your spine. And when you're ready, exhale it all out from your belly, ribs, and chest. And now you are ready for your meditation. May it be sweet. May it be deep. May it fill you with an all-pervading peace that affects everything you come into contact